Alright guys, hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm Taylor and this is Adventures with Taylor. The last video I uploaded was a video of the the last video I uploaded was a video of the pepper plants, the pepper garden, and the 2 Sweet 100s. This video is going to be all about the back. We have a garden in the back of our house this year. It's squash and regular tomatoes, and we even got some peas over there and cucumbers. So let me take you around and show you. This right here is a regular tomato plant, and it's putting off blooms. No tomatoes yet, but it's starting to get filled with blooms. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 plants that made it. Once we got all our tomatoes and stuff in the garden this year, we had a lot of rain, and by a lot of rain I mean like rain that drowned everything we planted. And we've had to replant a few, and even after we replanted some, they still didn't make it because we kept getting rain. And so we didn't have, but we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We planted 15 plants to begin with, 15 tomato plants. And we had some die off after all that rain that drowned them. And then we replanted some, and then they still didn't make it. A couple of them did, but some of them didn't. So we only had 12 that survived, and that's what we got going now. So I'm gonna turn the camera around and show y'all them, and then I'll talk about the squash. Alright guys, this is one of our tomato plants. I don't know what it is. It's a Better Boy or something, but we got blooms on it. Here's another one that's blooming out. It's a little shorter than what we got, but you can see these bigger ones. That one and that one right there, and there's one behind it that's like seriously off the charts. They're getting so big that they're just about the only ones putting off blooms right now because they're so big. Now these shorter ones right here are some of the ones we had to replant, so they're not as tall and big, but they're growing. It won't be long before I have to stake them either. But these tomato plants, just look how big they are. Look how big they are. These tomato plants are taking off in a heartbeat. They're huge. I'm surprised I caught them in time to stake them because they were just so big. Alright guys, I just showed y'all the tomatoes. You can tell, that's the peas. You can tell that the tomatoes are kind of almost getting out of hand because they're so big. They're growing, and we can't wait to can some tomatoes this year and everything else we grow, but the tomatoes are getting big. Now, here's some squash. There's a squash plant. This one has actually already started putting off squash, but I think they're blossom rotting because they're not getting any bigger. So that'll be something we have to fix later on. But we got a mixture of squash. That was a yellow squash that I showed you. We got some zucchini in here as well. but I don't know what they are. I don't know what side they're on. We planted some on this side and some on that side, but I don't know what side they are on. They all kind of got mixed up, but let me turn the camera around and show you these squash. Alright guys, this is the squash I was just showing you. You can tell it's big and healthy, but as far as the squash itself, I think they're blossom rotting because they're not getting any bigger. I've already had to throw 2 off due to that. And it's constantly putting off squash, they ain't getting big. So that's our big and healthy plant. That's the one that's first started producing, so we don't know what's wrong with it. We'll have to keep an eye on it. Here's another one that don't look so healthy. I don't know what it is. That may have been one of the ones that got drowned. So that'll be something. Here's another big and healthy squash. It's actually starting to put on blooms, so that's a good sign. Here's one that didn't make it. Like I said, we had several plants drowned, and we actually just planted 2 plants right here, 2 fresh ones, and one of them didn't make it. But here's another one. Here's another one putting off beautiful blooms. Got a pile of blooms on it. Here's one that's just starting to show some blooms, so I feel like we'll have some squash on it here in a little bit. Here's another one over here that's starting to put on big healthy blooms. There's one right there that's, I guess, got drowned and it's trying to make its way back. And then here's our last one. So saying that, our squash looks healthy. I'm not so sure what's going on with that big and healthy one we have that started putting off squash. I mean, it's putting on squash, so they're just not getting any bigger. It's like their blossom is rotten or something. I don't know. But as you can see behind me is our pea garden. Got a bunch of peas. These are pink-eyed purple hull peas. We hope to be, this is our first year doing peas, so I hope we have success with that. So I'm gonna turn the camera around and show you. So this is our peas this year. We planted some pink-eyed purple hull. Like I said a while ago, this is our first year planting peas, so I hope we do good on them. I hope we produce some and get some peas out of them, but like I said, this is our first year, so I'm wishing for some peas. What you see behind me right here is our cucumber plants. And here's one right here that's got several blooms on it. You can tell. Itty bitty cucumbers, baby cucumbers are on the way. And these are Boston pickling cucumbers, and we found them great for doing pickles out of last year. And they're just a real, not necessarily sweet cucumber, but the peeling, I don't know what you call cucumber peeling or what, but the edge of it's real soft. It's eatable. You can eat it like not like any other cucumber. But they did good. We had a great year with them last year. This is our second year planting cucumbers, and we did real good. There's a big healthy leaf, and there's some more blooms at the bottom. But yeah, we did real good with cucumbers last year. We lost a couple. We only lost 2. That was due to the drowning that we got, the rain and everything that drowned them. But as you can tell, they're not wasting any time growing. They're already climbing up the wire that we put up here for them the other day. This one's got some blooms on it too. I don't know if you can see them, but they got some blooms on them as well. So we're doing good. Like I said, I wanted to do a garden video, keeping up with the garden playlist this year, and just have garden videos to see how good they do. But when we planted this, it was like late spring, early fall. Or no, it was like late spring We planted everything back towards the end of March, early April, so we were all kind of busy and just trying to get everything in the ground before everything died. So I feel like everything's going to do good. It's just a matter of time of waiting for everything to start producing. One thing I am going to do, and I didn't really film a whole lot of it last year, but one thing I am going to do is I'm going to do a lot of canning videos this year. That's been on my mind to do. Take y'all through the garden and do some garden updates and canning some tomatoes and everything this year. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed my garden videos, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.